Hey everybody, what's up? It's Nick Cardos with another episode of Mr. Yachts, and today I'm standing on the North Star Orion 10. This is an amazing boat. I recently came across it and I fell absolutely head over heels for it. Now, before we get into exactly all the details of the boat, let me explain a little bit about North Star to you. They were founded in 2002, and they were originally founded as a commercial yard building rescue boats and military boats over in Turkey. The factory's in Izmir. Now, moving along to the tubes, they're actually not rubber, for those who are wondering. They're actually called Hypalon. Okay, now Hypalon is very similar to the hoses that firemen use. They're super durable, they're very light, and I mean, overall, they're just durable. Now, somebody might ask, if one is wondering, what happens if one gets punctured? Well, there's different chambers. Now, you can see all of these different air fills here. There's about, I would say, 8 or 10 of them total. So if something were to happen, for example, let's say you were fishing and you caught a hook inside and it caused a slow leak, only that chamber will go flat. So don't ever worry about this thing sinking. They're almost sink proof, and they're the most seaworthy boats out there. And the reason for that is, if you look at the underwater ship on it, right, we've got that deep V hull that punctures the waves, and it comes up, and the best way I can explain this, the analogy that I could come up with, is if you think of a bike with training wheels on it. That's exactly how this boat performs. So these tubes kind of sit right out of the water, but if it's turning or whatever, it keeps the boat flat. It's almost like a trimaran in a way. But anyways, she's a 3-meter beam, okay, from outside to outside. So we've got a little bit less on the interior here, but overall, it's a wide beam boat. She's got a very shallow draft and lots of space. Now let's go have a look at the rest of this boat, and we'll start from the top to the bottom. And first of all, I want to just point out, how nice is this to have an emblem on the front of the boat? It's almost like a Bentley or a Rolls Royce. Not enough boats do this. Sometimes you see boats drive by and you don't know what it is. But if you have a North Star, you kind of want everybody to know that you have a North Star because it's such a badass boat. All right, so first of all, I'm just going to point out the obvious. We have a nice big dashboard with lots of room to customize this. You could put in an 8-inch, maybe even a 10-inch Garmin there. We have the smaller Garmin here, which for me is more than enough, especially for around here in Miami. The Mercury engine panel is where it should be. Finally, somebody figured that out instead of having it down here or even down here. Those who know. But we've got the bow thruster right next to the throttles. All of your controls are right here. Everything from the underwater lights, the nav lights. You never have to look for anything. The battery switches are in a good spot. Now, something I really appreciate, and so will your guests and anybody who uses the boat, and even people that clean the boat, is that this entire block here is all empty. It's accessible back here. Big door. You can fit anything in there. I've got a whole bag full of stuff in there. We've got a fridge right next to it. And this part right here, this lid opens up. We've got a sink. But just so you know, this is fully configurable. We could put a grill there. I personally think a nice, big, deep 2-stage sink, so you can keep ice in one, you can wash your hands in the other. All right, now, this aft cockpit is a great area to be here. It's a lot of room. This table is removable. I'm gonna take it off just to show you how easy it is. But again, we've got these handles, and they're bolted in from underneath the fiberglass. So they're very strong. I mean, no matter where you sit on this boat, you have something to hang on to. So nobody ever feels uncomfortable or unsafe. And the fact that it is a rib and it has that built-in stabilization with the tubes, this boat just really provides an extremely comfortable ride. All right, now back here on the transom, everybody's favorite place to be, where all the power is, okay? And we've got twin V10 350 horsepower Mercuries, okay, on a 2.5-ton boat. Do the math. This thing flies. I can't wait to get there, but first let me show you a little bit about these engines. They're super convenient. The new design is out of this world. If you don't have a V10 Mercury, you gotta get one. And if you don't have the right boat for it, you should get one of these. Anyways, perfectly designed with the hydraulic steering here in the back. Very clean transom. Look, very clean. Not a lot going on back here, as it should be. Everything should be super simple. You know, you come up here on the with the ladder, coming out of the water in the ladder. We've got our shower here, right? Very convenient. We also have the fuel fill here, okay? So not two, but one. So no annoying two tanks. We've got just one fuel tank here and makes fueling up very easy. That's actually it for the stern and the transom. I love how simple it is. It's very easy to get around this boat. You've got this step here. You're coming into the cockpit. Like I said, lots of room. One of the things that I wanted to show you and point out is we've got this this area for a cooler. You can put a nice one that slides in and out. This one's very easy, very lightweight. You pick it up, chuck the ice out, put it out. We've got 8 speakers and a subwoofer on just this boat, right? Never mind the add-ons you can do, but this thing's a banger. I mean, you crank the music on this, it's really all you need. You feel like you're in a nightclub, whether you're playing Bob Marley or in the club by 50 Cent. We got it all for you, baby. This is an awesome boat. This is a great riding boat. We'll head back up to the bow and the forepeak over there. I want to show you just a few more things before we wrap up on the boat. Then we'll take a first spin. All right, let's make our way back up to the bow area, the foredeck. We call it a couple of different things. We've got, like I said, handles everywhere. So when you're walking around this boat, you're always good. I want to just show you a little bit of the space up here. We've got a nice storage area up here in the bow. You could throw kite surfing gear in here. You could throw a couple of tanks if you want to do some diving. Pretty much anything you can imagine, whatever floats your boat, as we say. All right. All right. Whew. I got to tell you, that is one serious head right there. Look at all the room in there. I felt totally fine in there. Anybody can fit in there without feeling claustrophobic. This is a bigger head than an airplane would have, even on a private jet. Do you know what an upside that is on such a sized boat? This is incredible. Look at this. You got the handles here. You can always get in and out. We actually have a great access point. This is an incredible feature. Look how big it is. Okay. That means you can get anything in and out. Normally it looks like a bowl of spaghetti inside there, but this is a very well thought out, very well engineered boat from inside and out. It's kind of like what Steve Jobs said. You want everything under the hood to look as good as everything outside. And I've got to say, I got to give this boat a 10 out of 10. It's just inside and out. She's built well, very tough, very rugged, but looks nice. She's user-friendly. It's a fast boat. It's a light boat. It really checks all of the boxes that I look for in a boat, especially a tender or even a lifestyle day boat.